Right fight fans, May 18th, 2024, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The Ring of Fire card has been finalised. Let's run through it from top to bottom and make some predictions. In the opener, Lowe squares off against Hasibullah. Lowe, the cousin of main eventer Tyson Fury, is a former British and Commonwealth champion who's tried and tested at domestic level. His attempts at breaking into world class resulted in exciting knockout defeats to Luis Alberto Lopez and Nick Ball, but Lowe was very game in both of those defeats. The underdog Hamadi is an unknown quantity. He's won the highly prestigious WBC Asian title, I joke of course. He's 5'4", 23 years old, and he's fought mostly obscure opposition in Dubai. His lack of knockouts and his loss on points to Aussie Dana Colwell don't bode well for his chances. Lowe has the advantage in height, reach, experience, and probably skill. Prediction: Lowe wins this one on points. David Nyika is a 6'6" cruiserweight boxer from New Zealand with a fearsome moniker of the nice guy. He's a two-time Commonwealth Games champion and a 2020 Olympic bronze medalist. He will be favoured to defeat fellow unbeaten hopeful Germany's Michael Seitz. I think his name is actually Seitz, but Seitz is probably more apt. Nyika has a 6-inch height advantage, a wealth of amateur experience, longer arms, and he has youth on his side. This is a showcase fight for Nyika. Expect him to score a knockout within the first half of the fight. Moses Itauma is a 19-year-old British heavyweight prospect. He stands around 6'6" tall, is a southpaw, and he can punch. He continues his education against German Ilja Mezencev. Chances of that pronunciation being right, very slim. The 28-year-old German can punch, but the fact that 2 of his 3 losses came by stoppage to Tom Schwartz, yes, that Tom Schwartz, tells you all that you need to know. Moses will win this one within 2 rounds. Future Hall of Famer Sergey Kovalev is back in the ring at 41 years of age. Kovalev last boxed 2 years ago when he used his left jab, experience, and boxing acumen to soundly outbox and outpunch a rather disappointing former Olympic bronze medalist, Bulgaria's Tervel Pulev, over 10 rounds. He wasn't the crusher of old that night, but he still had all the skills. In the other corner is Safar, an unbeaten Swede with youth and height on his side, but that's about it. The Las Vegas-based Swede has shown power at the level he's been boxing at, however this is a much higher level. Even at his age and with ring rust, Kovalev has forgotten more about boxing than Safar will ever know. I'm expecting Kovalev to wear Safar down behind a solid jab and chop him down in around about 7 rounds. Pompey lightweight prospect Mark Chamberlain continues to climb the rankings. He scored impressive wins over Mark Vidal, Jeff Ofori, and Gavin Gwynn. The southpaw, nicknamed Thunder, fights Nigeria's Joshua Wahab, and you can expect him to score his 5th knockout on the bounce. Agit Kabayel looked fantastic last time out in smashing the raw, powerful Arslanbek Makhmudov into defeat in 5 one-sided rounds back in December. However, Cuba's Frank Sanchez is a completely different proposition. A fast, skilled, disciplined and cautious boxer, Sanchez will look to box and move. Kabayel can fight aggressively, as he showed against Makhmudov, and he can also box and move, as he showed when outscoring Derek Delboy Chisora. This is a tricky fight to pick, cracking matchmaking here, and whoever wins this fight deserves a big fight. I'm going to have to go with the Cuban though. I think he will win this one on points, close but clear, very tactical fight, which may well be a tad dull. What won't be dull is the semi-final of the night, as Jay Opetaia, the current king of the cruiserweights, squares off against the man he took the IBF cruiserweight title from, the Latvian legend Mairis Briedis. Opetaia is super athletic, fast of hand and foot, he's strong, a powerful puncher, he's got great judgment of distance, great timing, and he showed a big heart when he shook off that broken jaw to beat Briedis in their first fight. In his last 2 fights, Opetaia has looked sensational, pretty much like the second coming of Zeus, with his left hand being the thunderbolt, as he destroyed domestic level fighters Jordan Thompson and Ellis Zoro, and he's rightly going to be the favourite to outscore Briedis in this contest. Briedis is strong, experienced, and a rough, tough puncher with good timing, but he hasn't fought since he lost the title to Opetaia back in July 2022, which will have done him no good at all. Logic dictates that if Opetaia can outpoint and inform an active-ish Briedis with the hindrance of a broken jaw, then an injury-free Opetaia should have an easier time. Briedis is tough and will have his moments, but Jay will win this one widely on points. And then it's time for the long-awaited, much-delayed main event, Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. I reckon I probably previewed this fight 3 times, but each time my perspective has altered slightly. Right now, the form line favours Alexander the Great. Fury gave a god-awful performance against novice pro boxer Francis Ngannou. He was dropped and barely escaped with a points win that many felt he didn't deserve. And in his next fight, Ngannou was brutally knocked into oblivion by Anthony Joshua. Sweden's Otto Wallin gave Fury one of his toughest fights, and then Wallin was viciously retired in 4 one-sided rounds by Anthony Joshua. Fury's rep is built around his epic 3-fight series with the American puncher Deontay Wilder, the same Deontay Wilder who was soundly outscored by Joseph Parker, who himself was soundly outscored by, you guessed it, Anthony Joshua, the same Anthony Joshua who was twice outscored by Alexander Usyk. The math looks simple. Usyk wins widely, probably on points, and maybe even gets Fury out of there. However, there are a lot of variables to be taken into account. Fury was ill-prepared against Ngannou. Wilder had 1 foot out of the door and fought without a plan against Parker. The Joshua that Usyk beat was still haunted by the Ruiz defeat. He was hesitant, second-guessing himself at every turn, and not bringing his full might to bear. And then there's what's been happening in the ring. Usyk is an excellent boxer. He sets a high work rate behind a busy jab. He's got movement, timing and power, but he's also not a big heavyweight. Del Boy Chisora nearly chased him out of the ring, and Del Boy couldn't lay a glove on Fury. A conflicted AJ seemed to have Usyk on the verge of cracking with pressure and bodywork in their rematch, though to be fair to his enormous credit, Usyk roared back. When Fury's at his best, as he was when he destroyed Chisora, White and Wilder in their second fight, he's looked awesome. Now, it can also be said that those fighters were made to measure for Tyson, and certainly all 3 are levels below Usyk in terms of skill. However, Derek Chisora, who fought both men, thinks that an informed Fury will walk all over Usyk, and I tend to agree. He's too big, too strong, too skilled, and his reach is too much. The question is, does this Tyson Fury still exist, or is he on the slide? Fury will certainly be in great shape, and with his reputation on the line, I think he rises to the occasion, uses his size and strength to maul Usyk, concentrates on Usyk's suspect body, and wins this one on points or even scores a late stoppage. However, should the exact opposite happen, and Usyk boxes rings around Fury and stops him late, I wouldn't be remotely surprised. It's just a great fight. What do you think, fight fans? What's going to happen? Please like and subscribe.